just in terms of where you are with injuries and stuff, people coming back. Liam Palmer, what's the latest on him?
Yeah, so Palms isn't quite ready. Still swelling around his ankle, so he'll be missing for this game. And then hopefully we have a good look at him next week. In terms of damage-wise, it's not as bad as first thought, but yeah, the swelling's not where it needs to be in terms of being in contention for this game of the weekend.
Luongo and others, are they in contention for the weekend?
All back out training, been training all week. Yeah, feels fine now. So yeah, he's up for contention.
In terms of how you use the squad for the FA Cup, is this an opportunity for others to come in and impress upon you their abilities to perform in the Championship?
I think there will be some changes, but I think that's more of a case of there deserves to be. I think we haven't had the week that we wanted, and of course there's other factors inside of how many games we've had and all those things you have to think about. But I think also there's, in terms of the week that we've had, there's some players that deserve opportunity as well. So that's how I view it. So there will be some changes, but I think that's because there needs to be.
When you look at it, in terms of the last few games, are the players letting themselves down at the moment?
No, I wouldn't say it like that. I just think, of course it's not the week that we wanted. It's as simple as that. And if you look at it in the week before that, when we played, I think it was Brentford, Derby and then Nottingham Forest, you saw just what we were capable of, and then the following week we didn't hit those levels. It's simply we didn't hit the levels of that same week that was the week before. But it's no excuse, but we also understand it's the Championship. It can happen. It's happening across the league as we speak right now with all teams going through certain periods. But of course we want better. We need to be better. We should have been better. We know that. There's no excuses from our side, but it can happen. What we have to do is be able to fight back and show the desire and determination to fight back and do it as soon as possible. Everyone can have a bad week. It's the Championship, and unfortunately, if you have a bad week, sometimes you can play 3 games in a week. That's the way the Championship is. But then you saw, as I said previous, you can have a good week and play well and have good points from 3 games. So it happens, but the key is not to accept it in terms of a standard and have the determination and desire to fight back. So that's what I expect from everyone at the club and all the players to come fighting back.
You spoke a lot when you came into the club about fundamentals in the last week. How many of those fundamentals are still there and how many were lacking in that last week?
I think it's been there in the essence of it, but we just haven't delivered it to the level that we expect, and what we've shown in terms of being capable of. And yeah, I think there was a few of those games in that week that were tight and marginal, of course, but we didn't come out on the right side of those margins because we didn't hit the levels that we know we're capable of and can do. It is difficult in this period, I accept that, but I think, in terms of the determination to really push to win those games, we lack that level to what we had the previous week and what we have been doing. So, that's the bit that we don't accept, and you can't accept that, and you need to fight back from that. And I'm sure they will. They're more than capable. I said it straight after the game, but as I said, we have to show that in our actions in these coming games.
What does the FA Cup mean then in 2020?
Now look at the FA Cup. I grew up on the FA Cup, so it's difficult. A lot of talk gets said about why clubs change their players and change their teams. I think this round particular falls upon a timing of, especially for us in the Championship, where we have so many games, and you have to bear that in mind. That is just a fact, of the amount of energy and physicality and mentality, that's gone into this period. You have to be very careful for injury-wise. You have to be very careful for freshness. But the only reason why there'll be changes in this game, and there will only be some changes, is because there deserves to be after the week that we've had. There has to be. There's some that deserve opportunity in this game to go and put on a good performance and give me some thought for the up and coming league games.